Thank you all for coming. I was thinking for the recital that I see so many people, I was like, I don't even want to play, I just want to sit and talk. all my friends. So nice to see you all here. The first piece that we just played was Pierné, which was written as an exam piece for the Paris Conservatory at the beginning of the 20th century. And the next piece is Paul Hindemith's Sonata, which I've recently really fallen in love with. I knew of it, but the more I got to know it, the more I really love this piece. What's really special about it to me is that it is a whole sonata, but it's only 7 minutes or so. So it really packs in every element of a sonata, of all the movements of a sonata, into a really short amount of time. And I think that could be described well as a really efficient economy of themes. You will hear things briefly, and then they will come back soon, and they will be developed quickly, and then it will be over. I know this piece will be very familiar to at least 2 people in the room who have played this piece with me in lessons. So I really am looking forward to playing this, and I hope you will enjoy it too. we're going to do is going to require a little instrument change, a little set change here. Jonathan's going to go over to the harpsichord. This is a Baroque sonata, so another sonata, but it'll be in a different form. There are 4 movements in this piece. And something that will be unique about this from other pieces on the program is that because of the era, the style allows for the performer, me and Jonathan, to improvise ornaments. So, for example, in the first movement, you'll hear the opening section, and then you'll hear it again, but it will have ornaments in it, so like trills and just some variations on what is written. And so that will happen a handful of times, so you can kind of be listening for that to where, oh, I've heard this, but now it's a little more special. So I think Jonathan's going to say a few words about the harpsichord.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being out here today. So for those of you who all know about the harpsichord, great. You get to have a little daydream for about 3 minutes. And for the rest of you, so the harpsichord predates the piano by quite a long time. And the piano technically is called the pianoforte, meaning the soft loud, because you can actually get it to go soft or loud, because the way that you play it is there's a string, and you've got a hammer that's coming up, which means if you hit it softly, it's soft. If you hit it hard, it's going to be loud. But the harpsichord really should just be called the on-off, because pretty much it either gets plucked or it doesn't. There's a little string, and so when you get the string that's called the plectrum, it literally just goes bling, like that, and when it comes down, there's like a little felt that sort of turns it off. Now, harpsichords were used for centuries, and then, somewhere in the 1700 to about 1760 range, that's when the piano was developed, and pretty soon these were relegated to museums. Wanda Landowska, a Russian, then sort of brought them back in the 1890s, and literally she went to Pleyel, which was a piano maker at the time in Paris, and said, I need a harpsichord that's like, that I can literally take on a wagon and a horse and take it to the back parts of Russia, and so that people will bring the harpsichord back. So she did that. And so then over time, the harpsichord sort of caught on. So this particular instrument was built by the Neupert group, and it literally says West Germany inside. That gives you an idea of the age of this particular instrument. So when they were building them, this is 1960s, they again built them like, so like these big sturdy frames and big strings, and so there's actually 4 sets of strings in this particular harpsichord. Now, when you buy these new, they're like 30 grand, and this particular harpsichord was actually the concert instrument at UConn for decades, at which point then it had, then it got, in dark alleys and fell off the back of a truck, and I picked it up for $400 on Craigslist. At which it didn't have any pedals, and it was missing a bunch of strings and a whole lot of other things, and it didn't have legs and a lot of stuff like that. So I went to my buddy Sean, who tuned this piano, and I said, Sean, you got any old piano legs? So that this is like some random old piano legs stuck on there. But I still didn't have enough parts, so I found somebody else who was selling a not quite as fancy but similar make of Neupert from the same era for $300 in Newington. And so this is a Frankenchord, which is bits of 2 different harpsichords that finally made it back together just in time for Morgan's recital. Hope you enjoy.
So the next piece is just one movement of a piece that has 3 movements, and it is written for bassoon and percussion, and each movement has a different percussion instrument. And my friend and roommate, Honoka Masuyama, is joining for this piece, and we are going to play all 3 movements of this piece on her recital on December 10th at the Hart School in Bliss Music Room at 7:30. So you should come and hear the rest of this piece. And now Honoka is going to say just a few words about the composition.
Hello. I'm just gonna talk about the choro, which is the title of the 3rd movement. So choro is a Brazilian folkloric music / grooves, and it usually it's played by piano, single woodwinds. It's a small ensemble, either clarinet or flute, sometimes maybe saxophone, and guitar with vocals, without vocals, but it's a really small like chamber ensemble style of the music from Brazil, and which is a predecessor of the samba. The Brazilian samba is a really like famous at the carnival. They play huge, what's it called? Like with like hundreds of people, and then they're just gonna play samba music and then celebrate the carnival. So this rhythm is a predecessor of that samba groove, and then I'm going to play some row notes, which is outlines. The instrument is called the surdo, which plays 1, 2, boom, 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 something like that, and some jingles, high notes, outlines with some like tambourines and chocayo. It's a Brazilian shaker, and some really high, dry slap sounds, which is outlined some snare drums in samba. So you can hear all those sounds from this one instrument called the pandeiro, which is a tambourine, a Brazilian tambourine with a single head and some jingles. So hope you enjoy choro.
Thank you, and thank you, Honoka, for joining. The last piece on the program is the André Previn Sonata, and I want to point out that this piece is kind of the reason that we're doing this recital. I think I said, you know, I know this piece, and I think you're really going to like it. I think we should play it at church. And I was met with, great, let's play a recital. Let's play it on a recital. This is a really significant piece, just for that reason. Additionally, it was written by André Previn for a specific person, for Nancy Gores, who is actually in her last season as the principal bassoonist in the Pittsburgh Symphony right now. She's just finishing up her tenure there, which has been multiple decades. I think musically, this piece is almost the opposite of the Hindemith Sonata, which was the second piece, because the Hindemith is very compact. And you hear a few themes throughout the whole piece, and it's kind of worked with those little melodies are developed throughout, and they come back and they stay familiar throughout. In this piece, there are about 5 billion themes. There's so many different things that happen, and it's just really cool. It's a really cool, like, jazzy piece, and I think it has been a real blast to work on. I hope that you will enjoy this piece as much as we have enjoyed working on it and preparing it for this concert. And thank you all so much again for coming, and I hope that you will join us downstairs in Luther Hall after this piece. And I would love to get to chit-chat with all of you especially that I have not seen yet tonight. So, all right, André Previn.